What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Arrows, and we are here with more. That's right, more Riftbound content. We are talking about the second of our Proving Grounds exclusive character starters, signatures, and what I think works for them. We are, of course, talking about Lux, the Lady of Luminosity. Also, you guys have noticed my setup. We got a little bit more of a simplistic go for this video. I really realized after I recorded the Annie video that I didn't really like the compactness with the frames and everything. Felt like it was taking away too much from what we're trying to talk about and putting way too much on me, focus on me. And that's not what we're about. We are about talking card games, not this guy. So we are, of course, talking about Lux, Lady of Luminosity. Honestly, my favorite League of Legends champion. I have four that I really like. Misfortune, Garen, Leona, but Lux sits at the top of my list. When I played somewhat consistently back in 2016, she was the champion that I really took a liking to, playing support Lux with my friend Allison. Shout out to Allison for getting me on League back in 2016. But unfortunately, nothing really came from it because my computer sucked. But I really enjoyed Lux. I think she's really cool. I think her cards are most excellent. So we're, of course, going to start off talking about the starter, Lux, Lady of Luminosity. She is a blue-yellow. And when you play a spell that costs 5 or more, you draw 1 card. Who doesn't like drawing cards? Who does not like drawing cards, especially in especially when if you can play like multiple spells that cost 5 and you can get multiple cards a turn. Drawing cards is always a good time. Really, really good. Now, getting into our champions, we have 2 champions like we do with every other one of our every one of our legends. Wow, speech is real good. Starting off with Lux Illuminated, her blue champion. She is a 6 cost, recycle 1 blue rune, and she has 5 might. Solid numbers, but her effect is really good. When you play a spell that costs 5 or more, give Lux +3 for this turn. So right off the bat, if you can cast, she's on the field, and you play another spell that is 5. That is 5 costs or higher. You are giving her 3. You essentially have an 8 on the board, which is fantastic numbers for 6. Helping along with that, we do have Lux, the Crown Guard. She is a 4 cost, 2 might, no recycling fee to bring her out, with the ability that you can tap her, add 2 of any 2 resource. Again, this is a reaction, so you can play it at pretty much at any time you want. And then you can have a floating 2 resource, which could help you cast her Final Spark signature spell. Lux is charging her attack for Demacia as an action, which you can play on your turn or in showdowns. It's always important. Deal 8 to a unit. And obviously, it's an 8 cost spell itself. So you are going to plus on the Illuminated champion, and you're going to get to draw a card off of the starter. This is really good. I like how these combinations work together. Final Spark doing 8 to a unit is also really, really good. It is also, but before we move on, it is also important to know that as of the making of this video, before we get into the cards that work really well with Lux that we have now, it is important to make mention that there is 14 blue cards and 14 yellow cards left to be revealed from Riftbound Origins. So what we show now, there could be extra cards added on that work really well with Lux going forward. So this is what we have now, what we've been shown now, that I think will work really, really well with Lux. And of course, like with Annie, we're not going to talk about other champions that work really well here in this, champion units that work really well in this deck. We're just focusing on like the cards, like the units. I'm not even talking about units. We're just talking about like the spells. When we do like Master Yi and Garen, we'll probably do units for those just because they are They are tanky boys, and there's a lot of really cool stuff that we can do with them going forward. But enough of my jibber jabbering about that. Let's get into it. With what we have now, I have a whopping total of 5 cards that have been revealed. I have an honorable mention that we'll talk about here in a second as well, that I think will work really, really, really well with Lux. They are all 5 cost or higher. They do really, really good things. Starting off with Singularity, it is a 6 cost. Does recycles, force you to recycle 2 blue runes. Deal 6 to each of up to 2 units. It's important to know that these do not have to be on the battlefield. If you control the battlefields and your opponent has to leave their stuff in base for a turn, you can pop them on your next turn before they become an issue. We have Falling Comet, which is an action, so you can play it on your turn or in showdowns. It's 5, doesn't require anything to be recycled. Deals 6 damage to a unit at a battlefield. Still a really, really good card. We have unchecked power, rounding out our blue spells that go hand in hand with Lux. It is 7, requires a recycling of 2 runes. Exhaust all friendly units, then deal 12 damage to all units on the battlefield. This will include your units, but if you only have like 1 unit at a battlefield, then you can just go crazy and blow up a lot of stuff potentially. In our yellows, we have Blast of Power. It's an action, so you can use it on your turn or in showdowns. Just straight up blow up a unit. We love that for us. Cost 6, and you have to recycle a yellow rune. Grand Stratagem is good. I don't really like its hefty recycling fee of 3. But it's an action, so you can play it on your turn or in showdowns. Give friendly units +5 this turn. Works with Lux. You're going to give +5 to all your units. If Lux is on a battlefield, if Lux is on the field, you're going to gain an additional 3 on her. Draw a card. It is really good, and I just don't know how well I personally like it. And I do want to give an honorable mention to Recruit the Vanguard. It is an action as well. Play on your turn or in showdowns. It costs 6, no recycling. Play 4 1 might unit recruit tokens. Recruit unit tokens. They have to be played at your base or to a battlefield you control. This is pretty good. You're going to get 4 extra bodies on the field. You can put them in your base since they'll come in exhausted, and then you can use them to move around. Then on your next turn, you can Grand Stratagem, give them all +5, pop them out onto the battlefields as you please. So now the question has to be asked, like we did with Annie. Do we go Lux or Victor? And honestly, I think that a lot of the cards that work really well with Victor can also work really well with Lux. Obviously, Lux's ability is hindered more towards spells and not units, whereas Victor, you can pay 1 and tap him to play a recruit. Victor is obviously built more towards swarming with your 1/1 recruits, which means the Recruit the Vanguard will work beautifully in his deck. Whereas Lux, when you're casting units, can give you a bunch of stuff. I think it's a toss-up. I think they're both going to do different things. I think they're both going to be cool cards, and I think you can use certain cards that work in Lux that you can make them work with Victor as well, and vice versa, such as the Vanguard and Stratagem. Buff your units, make a bunch of counters. I think will work really well in Lux. Perhaps not as well as it's going to work in Victor. And then obviously Victor has access to the units and champions that also let you play recruit unit tokens. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like the new setup. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if you like how we did this comparison to Annie. I would love to know. Let me guys know if you are excited for Riftbound. What champions you're looking forward to seeing, what you're looking forward to seeing possibly revealed in the last cards of the set. Almost all of the set has been revealed. I think we're only missing, I think it's probably about 13 to 14 in each rune category. I'm really excited for this card game. I want to print off proxies and maybe start recording some proxy games going forward. We're obviously going to be streaming Riftbound on Pixelborn Go check it out. Check it out there. You guys, this game is fantastic. I'm super excited. We still have Master Yi and Garen to look over, so be on the lookout for those videos. Also, we have content coming out for Lorcana this week as well. The final part of my reprints. The final part of my what should be reprinted in Fabled and going forward is coming out this week as well. If you're watching this when it comes out on Wednesday, you can probably expect to see the Lorcana on Friday, some Final Fantasy over the weekend as well. Follow me on all my socials. We're Arrows Gaming across the board, except for here, which is Arrows TCG. You guys are awesome. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your card games. Enjoy life, because it's not stopping anytime. It's not slowing down for us anytime soon. And as always, friends, I will see you when I see you. Bye.